Tour Talk on the rest day. Let's
Hey,
start.
Frankie.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good.
Oh, greetings from the Tour de France. This is James Start with Frankie Andreu for Tour Talk 2013 after our in the middle of our second rest day, and as you can see, we are resting. Crazy second week, Frankie. A lot of things happened. There was a lot of suspense until, well, yesterday. Any highlights for you?
Kittel, the big man Kittel, I think was very impressive. The way he mastered the sprints and coming around Cavendish is something we haven't seen in a long time, and he was able to have the power in the turbo
Boom!
to
Just
do
like
that. Yeah, it was like that, and that was impressive. And then the time trial with Froome, kind of showing that he's dominant and he's out here to win the Tour. I think those are two pretty good highlights.
But he didn't win that time trial.
Cadel moved up 2 places on that windy crosswind day too, because Valverde flatted and Rojas dropped back to be able to help him.
That's a highlight.
That was a highlight. That windy crosswind day was probably the best day of racing we've seen in a long time.
Well, at least since the last day in the Pyrenees when the sky unfolded. That was week 1. So anyway, I like Tony Martin coming back after just, fainting 3 times after the crashes in stage 1 to pull out a great victory at the Mont Ventoux, or at the Mont Saint-Michel. I always mix that up, but he'll be remembered for that. And that crosswind day was just amazing.
Yeah, the crosswind
that was
day
bike
was
racing
amazing.
like you just don't see very often, or anymore, or whatever. It's just you don't see it. It's too crazy.
And we got to talk about, what about, Mont Ventoux? Epic climb and
the way they all raced it. I mean, they were going from the gun for that thing. I mean, they ruined the Bastille Day for the Frenchies. I mean, they all got all these Frenchies in the break, and they don't give in 200K. They give them what, 4 minutes max?
and we covered a lot of that yesterday, but it was just a fantastic stage yesterday where Froome showed he's here to win the Alpe d'Huez and to win Ventoux, and nobody could touch him. And so now, yeah, maybe the suspense is taken away a little bit, but in the coming up, we have the time trial where he's going to take more time out of a lot of guys. But do you think he'll take as much time? I mean, it's a hillier time trial.
Yeah, traditionally the second time trial, the differences aren't as much because it's basically who's got the most reserve. But obviously I think Froome's got quite a lot of reserve and the other guys are more tired. But the hills are going to favor guys, the climbers that are still in the GC. Conador should have a better time trial than he did on the first day. But I don't see, he's not going to have a better one than Froome, not the way they're riding right now. So that's going to be, it'll be interesting what happens. But obviously, like you said, the real suspense is now between, say, between 2nd and 5th place, where it's real tight.
Real tight for 2nd to 5th. And, you have to stage the gap. You have the time trial, 2nd to 5th, and the first time trial, all those guys are within 30 seconds. And the second time trial, it's going to be relatively close, too. So it's going to come down to Alpe d'Huez, that double ascent of Alpe d'Huez is going to be an epic stage, and that should play out beautifully to be able to watch some key racing between 2nd and 5th. I think Team Sky and Froome will be able to handle that stage. What I'm excited about is the following day to Le Grand Bernard.
Yeah, the one where they do the Madeleine in the beginning.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
That's in the beginning, but that's like...
Yeah, but that's where somebody's going to throttle it. They can get rid of all of Team Sky, hopefully, and there's 2 big climbs after that. That's where they can isolate Froome.
Say like
If
Movistar
Froome wants to
going
be nervous, Froome should be scared to death of the stage to Le Grand Bernard. That's the one where it's going to be, I think, going to be able to make a difference if he's going to be able to hang on or not.
Well, I was at the Dauphiné before the Tour, because Dauphiné comes before the Tour, and we did basically the Alpe d'Huez stage going up it. Well, we didn't go up it twice, but we went up it, and then we went down this much feared Col de Sérène. Do you think guys are going to really go for it on the first climb up the Alpe d'Huez and gun it down, or do you think it's going to be pretty controlled going up?
I think they'll be reserved going up it the first time because they want to save everything they can for the last time up, because that climb is going to take a lot out of them. But you mentioned that descent is crazy technical. So, and there's some good descenders that are not Froome or some of the other guys that they could bomb that descent and get a gap and have a gap at the start of the second ascent up Alpe d'Huez. So there's some different tactics that could play out there. I picked Valverde for it. Now that you mentioned about the tricky descent, Valverde's a good descender. I pick him, Ants. I pick him.
It's country life, bud.
It is country life out here. But Valverde could be a good one for Alpe d'Huez. But a lot of racing still to play out. I don't think this race is over by any means. Froome has shown he's above the rest, but there's still a chance where some riders will have an opportunity to try to dethrone him.
Take off the clothes of the emperor.
Take off the clothes?
Of the emperor, Well,
he's not emperor yet. You have to win the Tour to become emperor.
Maybe that's not a good metaphor.
Yeah, he's not there yet.
It's not really a very good metaphor at all. That, what the heck, we're on rest day. We're not thinking on all cylinders here. So I think I'll stop right there because this is Tour Talk 2013 with James Start and Frankie Andreu. I can feel the breeze. You don't want any pastis, huh?
No, no pastis.
Must have been that rosé at lunch that kind of mumbled.
I didn't have any rosé at lunch. You
I did.
Yeah, okay. That doesn't
Hey, I
surprise
take
me.
rosé seriously. Come on, man. We're in Provence.
Nice.